You gotta keep on breathing if you wanna make sense of it all. We will not fall.
We are going to start down on our backs. Oh, the joy of a morning practice where you don't have to come up to seated first thing. So lie down on your backs as comfortable as you like, wherever the legs may find themselves. Maybe it is long, maybe butterfly, maybe soles of the feet wide of the mat and the knees just dropping in towards one another. Somewhere that's comfortable, somewhere that's relaxed. And then if you like, you can take the hands down by the side of the body, palms face up. Or you might prefer to go a little bit deeper, spreading the shoulder blades out and opening them up into cactus. So, finding a place that's comfortable. Keep the eyes open if you are able to, just for the moment. Taking a gaze straight up above you, starting to blur out the peripheral vision and just focusing on one spot above you. Maybe there's nothing actually to see, but it's just one focal point that your gaze is focused on. Allow the eyes to soften around the eyelids, the forehead, the temples, and the upper cheeks. Soften into the jaw, the teeth. Soften into the throat, the chest, the arms, the hands, the body, the torso, the belly, the hips, the legs, the ankles and the feet. Allow a sense of softness over the whole body, letting go of tightness and tension you might be gripping onto. Just focusing on your inhales and exhales being easy and free-flowing, effortless breaths. If you feel that something about your posture right now is uncomfortable, move, make it comfortable. And start to prepare the mind by clearing any distractive thoughts away. So really just bringing yourself into the present moment within your surroundings, on the mat, within the body, gaining a deeper awareness consciously of any sensations, experiences, and feelings that are coming up. If the thoughts pop back in, accept that they do, be aware of them, focus back on the breath, embodiment of your sensations, and let those thoughts drift away again. On your next exhale breath, gently close the lids down and bring the hands onto the belly and the heart. Doesn't matter left or right, where they go. Rest the arms down by the side of the body and feel that sense of connection between the two palms and the body. Eyelids are closed down if that's comfortable. Then start to take the focus away from where you were gazing above you to your lower abdomen, where the hand might be resting, and your chest. Begin to breathe a little deeper, diaphragmatic breathing. So as the diaphragm pushes down, when the lungs fill, the belly rises. And as you exhale, The belly releases, diaphragm returns underneath the rib cage, and the lungs empty. Being aware of the internal movements that make that breath happen, that allow the breath to fully fill the lungs. Again, there's effortless breathing going on. You're not fighting with it, you're letting it happen, being more consciously aware of it. Continue with that diaphragmatic breath. If you need to let it go, please do return back to a normal, steady breath. You have a spirit of fire within you. It is the light that shines within. It fuels your passion and keeps you going when you know something is important. And each morning you have the chance to calibrate your light as the sun rises. Visualize and imagine your inner fire rising within you now. And will it become a bright flame that burns slowly and evenly? Or a burst of energy creating a shock of illumination? Our inner light and our inner fire may differ every day, but they never go out. With those words in mind, let go of that diaphragmatic breath, breathing normally, taking an intention for practice that resonates with you for today in particular. What is important to you in your practice? What benefits do you want to receive? And knowing that your inner light is always there, however bright and however it's strongly burning. Release the hands. Take a moment to rest the backs of the hands down. If you had butterfly pose, you might want to bring the knees in towards one another. Find a constructive rest. So letting the feet go wide and the knees rock in towards one another. And just open the knees out here for a moment. Keep the feet nice and wide of the mat. And then just gently let the knees rock one side and to the other. So exhaling, rolling onto the inner and outer edges of the feet. Feeling maybe a gentle stretch in that left side of the hip, the quadricep, waist side of the body. Allow a steady breath there. Breathe it in to come back into center, realign, and then exhale. Gently drop them over to the left. Again, noticing differences from right to left. Breathe in, bring them back into center. Let's do that with the breath. So exhaling, head goes left, knees go right. Inhaling back into center, exhale, head goes right, knees go left. Keep that going twice more with the breath. Each movement, exhaling and inhaling. Starting to get into the waist, a little bit into the spine, a little bit into the head and neck. And last time. Bring them back into center, heel toe, feet back into parallel. Draw the knees in towards the chest. Lengthen the spine out here, and maybe the fingers interlace over the shins, or maybe you can grab hold of the elbows, gently pulling those knees closer to the shoulders. We're actually going to start to activate the core abdominals here. So arms come out to the side, knees are lifted. You're going to roll those knees over. Maybe the thigh hits the mat, maybe it doesn't. Try to keep the feet, the ankles, and the knees together. Bring it back into center. So again, exhaling as on the effort, inhaling as you bring back to center. Keep that going. Starting to fire up the core. And then placing those feet down, hip width apart, the hands come back behind you into cactus. Spread the shoulders nice and wide. Backs of the hands might come down. There might be a little lift into the wrist. We're going to squeeze those elbows in towards the center just above the face. So try and squeeze the elbows, the forearms and the palms together. Keep lifting the elbows away from the chest and open it out on your inhale. Exhale, squeeze together. Inhale, open. Exhale, squeeze together. Inhale, open. Do that twice more. Exhale into the center. There's activeness through the shoulders, arms. And last time it comes into the center, you hold. We're going to pulse those fingertips back behind us. So you're going to start to feel that into the triceps. Pulsing fingers back behind the head. Squeezing elbows together if you can. And nice and slowly release. Open it out. Scoop it round. Catch the knees once more. Take both legs up towards the sky. Take a look at the toes, plant the hands down and lower one leg at a time. So right leg reaches long all the way down and bring it back up. And the left leg goes down long. Maybe you toe tap with a bent knee, pulling navel to spine, spine to mat. Lower the right. Remember, exhaling on the effort. Inhaling as you lift. Let's double that speed up. So they are scissors now. So they're crossing in the center. Both legs moving. Exhaling on the effort. Again, if you need to, bend the knee and toe tap. Keep pulling navel to spine, spine to mat. Lifting head and shoulders away from the mat. Looking between the thighs. Pulling navel to spine, reaching fingertips away. And then nice and slowly again, draw those knees in towards the chest. Let's take the right knee only, lengthening the left leg along if you like, or keeping it nice and bent. Squeeze the knee in towards the chest. Open out the hip just a little bit here, so it's not like a half happy baby, but the knee is coming up towards the shoulder. You're going to take the foot here and then pull the foot down so the thigh comes down to the waist and the rib cage. Make sure the foot's kind of centered up towards the sky. Lengthening spine. And then changing the hand so the left hand comes to that right knee, and we're going to keep that bend into the knee and just roll over onto our left hip. And keeping a nice bend in the knee for our reclined twist. That's it. Yeah. Opening out right chest, right shoulder, pulling right hand down. Right knee down. Again, the underneath leg is relaxed, but either straight or bent. Breathe it in, back into center. Change legs. Left leg comes in, right leg bent or straight. Again, we're not opening the hip too much. We're just keeping that knee in line with the chest and shoulder. And just open up that foot, ankle and knee. Pull down the thigh. Take a few breaths to relax the underneath leg. And then again, change the hand and roll over onto the right hip, this time with a bent leg. Bring it back into the center. Place the soles of the feet down. And pelvic tilts, bringing the hips, knees, ankles aligned. Start to roll up through the pubic bone and the lower back. Pulling underneath you into the arch. So tailbone rounds and the pubic bone lifts. Tailbone lowers, pulls underneath. Start to get these a little bit more higher and more progressive. Knees drive forward, pushing all the way up into your bridge pose. Again, activation through the abdominals, through the lower spine. And last one, pushes all the way up into bridge pose, lengthening knees, quadriceps, hip flexors, the front gate of the body. If you like, you can interlace the fingers underneath, rolling those shoulders underneath the body. Neck is long and lengthened, facial expression is soft and relaxed. Slowly release the hands, roll the shoulders out and slowly roll down through the spine. If you have your block handy, this is where we can place that now underneath the sacrum. So you can choose either the lowest or the middle. Middle is going to be a bit deeper, a bit more intense. I'm actually going to go low. So that goes underneath the tailbone, coccyx, buttocks hang over the edge. Find your supported bridge pose first of all. Again, hands by the side of the body or back into cactus. Right leg bends and you're going to pull that knee in towards the shoulder as much as you can without holding it. Okay, good. So pull the knee in towards the shoulder. And if you like, you can keep the left leg bent, or you might like to now extend it all the way along the mat. See if that heel rests down. Keep pulling that right knee in. Now take the hands, wrap them around the shin. Now pull the knee in. Ah, that's much easier. Feel the stretch on the extended left leg. If you've chosen to release that one out, it's like a half pontoon. And release the right leg and change. So first of all, left knee comes in. You're going to start to pull that knee towards you. You're going to have to use the hip flexors to do that. Maybe now you extend the right leg. Pull the knee in a little bit more towards the left shoulder. Pull, pull, pull. Keep pulling. Then you can use the hands over the top of the shin. Pull the knee down. Extend the underneath leg away from you. Good. And release the left. If you like, go back to supported bridge. Both knees are bent, soles of the feet down on the floor, or both legs are extended. And you go all the way into your pontoon pose. So arms way above the head, legs way long along the mat. Gently dropping over that block. Softening parts of the body that might feel a little hard and edgy today. stretching through the front of the body, the quads, the hip flexors, the abdominals, and opening into the chest. Sweep the arms back around to the hips first of all. Bring the right leg in and the left leg in, and both knees are bent and feet are lifted, and you're resting on top of the block. And then extend the legs straight up to the sky, supported shoulder stand here. Take a moment to extend those legs and just get into the feet a little bit here, pressing through the soles of the feet into flexion and points. Circle through the ankles, one way and the other. Give them a little shake, shake the legs, and release the feet. Lift the hips, take the block away, roll down slowly. Draw the knees in. And then extend the legs, extend the arms, big star pose. So draw knees in and hands. And inhale, star. Draw knees and arms in. Squeeze and extend to star. And this time we're going to push up into a snail pose. So the knees come to the forehead, the hands come to the base of your spine. If that feels good. If not, just stay low. We're going to roll up into half boat. So roll down through the spine. Oh, my spine is a bit flat today. It's not very rolly. Roll down. Oh. That's a bit better. Knees to forehead. Roll up. Half boat. Oh, it's waking me up. Knees to forehead. Last time. Come up into half boat. Maybe you extend the legs. Full boat pose. And release. Spin the legs around. Let's find tabletop position. Woo, that was nice. We spent about 25 minutes down on the mat. Okay, tabletop, find your cat and cow. Focus is around abdominals, lower back, sacrum, middle of the back. Inhale for your cow. Exhale, cat, pressing into tops of the feet and the shins as you do these. And coming back, active child's pose from your cat pose. Feet together, ankles together, knees together. Lengthen belly over thighs. Reach fingers forward. Exhale. Forehead comes down to block or to the mat. Pull the hips back towards the heels. Reach fingers forward. Lengthen spine and belly a little bit more. Notice the breath here. The chest, the lungs, the diaphragm, the belly are all compressed down over the thighs, making it a little bit more challenging to get full breaths. Expand through the waist and the back body. Feel the lungs from the back and the sides. From here, we're going to slide all the way forward onto our forearms, keeping knees down if you like, or tucking the toes, coming into your forearm plank. Staying here, breathing. Finding the inner strength. And lowering hips, coming straight up into your Sphinx pose, little back bend, pressing down through the tops of the feet, lifting up the chest. Legs are active, belly is gently pulling in. Widen the hands, elbows go out, big toes come together, and just take a relaxed moment here. Soften through the glutes, the legs, the body. Give all of the weight down. Hands come underneath the shoulders, widen the feet back to a cobra position and lifting up into cobra, staying for 5 breaths. Inhale and exhale. Your 5 breaths, not my 5 breaths this time. Once you've done your 5 breaths, move it back through your tabletop into your downward facing dog. And pedaling out, feet, ankles. Releasing through the back of the legs, releasing through the spine. Got a squeaky mat today for some reason. Find a down dog. Be comfortable wherever you are. Maybe it's not even a down dog, maybe it's a tabletop. Good. So we're going to lift up our right leg up and back behind us, sweep it up, 3-legged dog. Let's get our core activated by bringing our right knee to our right elbow. Nice low plank there. Push it back, 3-legged dog. That right knee comes to the left elbow. Nice little twist. Try and pull that knee towards the elbow, push it back. Then we bring it all the way up into the center of the body, coming up onto the tiptoe of the back foot. And we look forward, we place the foot into a nice low crescent lunge. Bringing the hands in towards the heart center. Active hands here, so the hands are pushing together and the elbows are nice and wide. Thumbs come into the sternum, start to lift the chest, maybe a little back bend, gazing towards the sky, pulling navel in. Nice. And let's reach the hands up towards the sky, or you can keep them by the chest. Thumbs press back as you drop through the hips. And then hands come back into the center. We take a gentle twist here. So left elbow goes over right knee, opening up to the side of your mat. Keep those hips pressing forward, down and towards the front of the mat. Left hand comes down on the inside, tucking the back toe if you like, or just coming into a twisted lunge from there, sweeping the right arm all the way back and around. Find that openness of the twisted lunge here. And then just gently press the back of the hand further back past the center line. So you're really opening up through the armpit and the chest here, still dropping those hips, pulling navel into spine. And then hand comes back down. We take a connecting vinyasa. So finding plank, knees, chest, chin, cobras or chaturangas, up dogs, back into downward facing dog. Take a few breaths. So we're starting to get deeper into the body twists, the rotations of the spine, core work. Finding your inner fire, burning brightly, lifting up left leg. Knee to left elbow, first of all. Push it back. Knee to right elbow. Nice little twist there. Push it back. Knee comes into the center. Raise it up, round through the spine. Place the left foot down. And come into kneeling crescent lunge. Good. Hands come into the heart center. Again, active wrists and elbows. Dropping through. Maybe a little back bend as the thumbs gently press into the sternum and the sternum lifts. can always look forward. Reaching the hands up, thumbs press back, hips drive forward. Nice. Hands come back into the center. Prepare for that twisted prayer. Get the belly free of the thigh. Elbow comes over. Try and get those thumbs in towards the sternum rather than the armpit. So you're really opening up this left side here. Right hand comes down. You can tuck the toe here, or you stay in that low lunge as you come into the twisted lunge. And then pushing the back of the hand, the back of that lifted arm away, opening deeper into the chest. Nice. Hand comes down, frame the foot, and step it back. Plank. Find a connecting vinyasa. Back into downward facing dog for a few breaths. Slow, deep Ujjayi breaths. Looking forward, either stepping or hopping straight into Malasana. Exhaling here. Releasing out through the hips a little bit. Very little open hip postures today. Most of it's all closed hip. Lunges, warrior ones. Release the hands, lift the hips, heel toe, feet back into parallel. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, if you like, bend the knees, take a full fold, let the belly come down over the thighs. Lengthen the head and the neck down towards the mat. And then from here, we bend the knees deeply into a little squat, sweeping the arms forward, just in line with the shoulders. So it's a very, very low chair where belly is right down over the thighs, sit bones are reaching back, knees are driving forward, they're not rocking in towards one another, arms are reaching out. Lift up into chair pose. And then into your salute, nice little back bend there. Opening the arms out, bringing the hands back into the heart center, activeness, wrists and elbows lifted. Exhaling, heart rate's probably increased a little. And release the hands down. Good, are we feeling warm? Okay, let's get into a little bit of a flow. It's more like a slow flow. Okay, standing at the front of your mat. Take a moment to breathe. Going to come into Surya A with a flow. Surya B with a flow. Chair pose, inhale. Exhale, fold and release. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step or float it back into your chaturangas, connecting vinyasas. We go back into downward facing dog on your breath out. Right leg comes forward, placing for warrior one. Remember, it's a Surya B. We inhale, we exhale down, connecting vinyasa. Back to down dog. Left leg warrior one. Exhale, turn on the back toes, connecting vinyasa once more. Down dog, 3 breaths. Right leg lifts up and back behind you. Bring the knee all the way through. Place the foot. Come into a high lunge, or you can drop the knee and repeat all of that with the knee down. Arms raise up into high lunge, and the hands come back into the heart center. Center the body, so shoulders above hips, maybe bending into the back knee or extending the leg. Let's take a twisted prayer lunge here. So left elbow goes over right knee, opening up the chest to the side. Again, knee can be down on the mat. From here, left hand goes down. You're going to open this one up to the sky. Slow, deep Ujjayi breaths. And then from here, the hand comes down. We face the front of the mat. We're going to step into a warrior three. So maybe you take your block with you. And just lift up into warrior three. Find the balance. If you don't need the block, bring the hands to the heart center. Left hand goes down either onto the mat or to a block. Right hand goes to the sacrum. You're keeping that left leg lifted. We're moving into a revolved half moon. Open up the chest to the right side of your mat. And then lifting right arm. And release all the way to the front of the mat into a fold. Exhale. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold and release. Belly, chest over thighs. Inhale, chair. Press up into salute. Hands come back into heart center. How are we feeling about the flow? So chair pose on your inhale. Exhale, fold and release. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step or float it back. Chaturanga's up dogs, back into down dog. This time, left leg steps forward for your warrior one. Connecting vinyasa. Right leg steps forward for warrior one. Your inhales are your extensions. Your exhales are your deepening or your release. Connecting vinyasa. It's getting my heart rate going, I'm telling you. And talking. Back to down dog. 3 breaths. Left leg lifts. This time, 3-legged dog. Send it straight up. Bring the knee through. Place the foot. Choose your option. Kneeling or high lunge. Lift the arms up as you inhale. Exhale, the hands come in towards the heart center. Find the position. Good. We take the right elbow to the left knee this time. Right hand comes down to the mat. Left arm sweeps up and back. You really want to try and open up here. Dropping into left hip. You come center. You rock this forward into the left leg, lifting the right into warrior 3. Make sure that back foot is active. It's not a floppy kipper at the back. All hands come into the heart center. Warrior 3, active elbows and wrists. Hand comes to block or to the mat, preparing for your revolved half moon here. Left hand might come to the sacrum. Keep that back leg lifted. Rotate the rib cage, open the armpit. Nice, left arm might rise. Ooh, good work. And we close it off. Exhale, release into the fold. Inhale, half lift. Lift up the abdomen here. Exhale, fold, full Uttanasana. And come all the way up through your chair pose. Pressing into your upward salute. Your upward salute is, by the way, your pontoon that we did on the mat. And hands meet at the heart center. Take a moment to steady the mind, the breath, and the body. We're going to move into a standing balance of revolved hand to big toe. So this is where you might need a strap, or you might need something to hold on to. Couple of options. So let's go. Supporting leg is your left. Hug the knee in, first of all, exactly what we did when we were down on the mat. Get the belly free. So that was what we were doing, pulling the knee in towards the shoulder. Chest doesn't go all the way back here. We're bringing the chest over the shoulder, over the hips. You can stay here, or you can take the revolve with the hand on the base of the spine. Maybe you extend the leg now with the strap, or taking hold of the underside of the foot. Leg does not have to be straight. It can be bent, but keep lifting. Good. Maybe the hand releases behind you. Doing great, beautiful. This is just what we've done in our half moon. Just a different way of doing it. Nice and slowly, bring it all back into center. Take a breath out. Find the options that you like on the other side that work for you. Maybe it's just hugging the knee in. Remember, no floppy kippers. Feet are active, pointed or flexed, whatever. You start to take the twist. Shoulders above hips. Maybe you take hold of your strap or the outer edge of that foot and press the sole of the foot away. Again, leg can be bent, doesn't have to be straight. Find the balance, find the drishti, the focus. Changing the gaze to the back hand challenges you even further. Good work. And bring it all back into center to take a moment. Breathe in. Let's come to the front of the mat if you weren't already there. Let's take a sun salutation to come down. Hands come into the heart center. Inhale, lift the heart, open the chest. Exhale, the hands come back into the center. Sweep the arms down and up. This is your swan dive, so you're going to lengthen the spine, lift up the abdominals, keep the weight into the toes. Bend the knees if you need to. Inhale, nice slow, half lift here. Exhale, step back right, step back left. Find your high plank. Let's stay there. You can drop the knees if you need to. We are broadening across the back. pulling those shoulder blades away from one another, and as if we were pushing against a wall, we are pushing against the floor. Breathing. Now lower the knees only, keep the toes tucked, maybe bring the hands forward of the shoulders just a little bit. Oh, some press ups. So widen it down and push up. Let's go for 10. So 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And pull it back. Child's pose. Bring the hands back to the heels. Take hold of the heels here if you can with the hands. If not, they're by the feet. Lengthen spine. Notice the breath. Again, widen across the back. And roll up through the spine. Come to kneeling. Take a moment's pause. I don't know if you're out of breath as much as me. Doing something through the solar plexus fires everything up, gets the heart rate going a lot. Swing the legs around in front of you. Shuffle all the way to the front of the mat if you're obviously at the back. So active feet, lifting up through the spine. Okay. And inhale, Paschimottanasana, seated forward fold, just what we did when we were standing. Exhale. Maybe take hold of the toes. Maybe the shins. Release a little bit more, pulling navel to spine, spine to mat. Spine back behind you, spine to mat. Okay, from here, we lengthen spine, nice opening of the chest. We're going to swap our right hand over to our left foot. We're going to take the hand back behind us and we're going to gently bring that leg back in. Okay? Sitting tall, if you like, you can keep it here. Make sure that knee doesn't open. It's shoulder and knee. Lengthening the spine, opening the chest. We're going to extend the leg out in front of us. Pushing through the sole of the foot. Take a look forward. Have you crossed the leg over the center line? Again, here. Nice. Good. If you wish, releasing the back hand. Lifting, lifting, lifting. It's much easier to look back to those fingers now, isn't it? Keep lifting the chest, shoulders above hips. Nice. And release the leg down. Once more, inhale, lift up, Paschimottanasana. Sweep it over and forward. Shuffle the sit bones. Exhale a little bit more. Navel pulls back to spine. Lengthen spine. Nice flat back. Open the chest. Left hand takes right foot. Hand comes back behind you. Already fingertips. You're going to pull yourself back up. You're going to bring that knee in towards the shoulder. Nice bent leg there. Start to get the rotation through the spine. Belly becomes free of that right thigh. And then you can extend the leg. And push it out. Remember, at any point, you could let go of that leg and it would not drop. The hand is only there as a little bit of leverage. So if I took my hand away, my leg is not dropping anywhere. Maybe releasing the right arm back behind you, gaze to the thumb, lift chest, shoulders above hips, you're on both sit bones. Oh, strong stretch in that right leg with the rotation, nice and slowly. Bring it back into center. Left leg comes over the right. We're going to go into Matsyendrasana, bind. So bring yourself forward, hand goes over, you flip the wrist back, so the back of the hand is by your buttock. Open the chest out to the right side. Active underneath leg. My Matsyendrasanas aren't quite what they used to be. Must improve. And slowly release. Extend the left leg, bring the right in. Get the belly free. Right arm comes across. Flip the hands. Oh. You're grounding through that right foot. Right toes are pointing to the front of your mat. Open out the chest to the left. Nice. You can always use straps here to grab those hands behind the back. Lengthen the spine and release. Bring it back into center. Bend the knees up. Sit nice and tall. Just a few little roll downs through the spine just to get the spine moving. So we're going to release down and roll up. Little sit-ups. Trying to keep the feet planted, she says, as the feet lifts off the mat. Few more. And then when we come up, the feet lighten. We become up onto the sit bones, chest is lifting, fingertips reaching away. Nice. Facial expression relaxed, and right toe lifts, and left toe lifts, and both toes lift. Find your half boat or your full boat. 5 breath hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the knees in, roll it all the way back down to the mat. Draw the knees in, lengthen spine. Roll out. Massage the spine. So here, open up the hips a little bit. As I say, this practice was not a hip opening practice. Warrior 1s, lunges, warrior 3s, and revolved are all, the neutral closed hip postures. So there's not much hip opening through the practice. Take the legs straight up to the sky. Flex the feet. And this is where we go into our warrior 3 position. So we're actually going to go back into this prayer pose here above the head. So hands in prayer, elbows and forearms together, shoulder blades are spread out. We're going to lower down our right leg, and that's your warrior 3 position reclined. It's active. Both legs are active, body's active, shoulders and arms. Keep the arms where they are, change the legs. Left leg lowers, right leg lifts. Pulling navel to spine, spine to mat. Feet are flexed, pushing through the soles of the feet. And then lower the legs, lower the arms. Take a moment to rest in Shavasana. Shimmy out the hips, the thighs, knees, calves, ankles, and toes. Shimmy into the body, shimmy into the shoulders. And just gently release head and neck, left and right. So let's return to our revolved hand to big toe whilst we're reclined. It's an active pose. We're going to draw the right knee in, grab your strap if you need it for this longer hold. So we can keep this knee bent if we like, or we can extend the leg up towards the sky. Active legs, active feet. Left hand comes across the foot or the calf. Roll it over. Maybe the foot comes down, but try not to let the foot drop so that nothing is working. We're still active. And right arm opens. Now take the gaze, if it's comfortable, to the right palm. And you might notice that you can't quite grab the outer edges of your feet here. It's a little bit trickier. Why is that? Because our torso is exactly where it should be and we're not compensating to grab the foot. The underneath leg is active, the toes are pulling back towards the shin as if it was your standing leg. Inhale, bring it all back into center. And slowly with control, lower that leg. Relax it as it goes down. You're extending from the quadriceps into the hip flexor, into the psoas, into the transverse abdominis, and it lowers. Left knee pulls in. Knee to shoulder, get the belly free. Use the strap, flex the feet, extend the leg on your exhale. Take the hand to the outer edge of the foot, the calf, or even the thigh. Roll over onto your right hip, taking the leg across. Again, that leg doesn't simply drop to the floor. We are active. Left chest opening, left shoulder pulling down. Maybe the gaze goes to the left fingers. Underneath leg, long, active if you can. Toes pulling back to the shin. Beautiful. Nice. Reclined, revolved, hand to big toe. Supta Parivrtta Padangusthasana. Inhale, lift that leg back into the center by control of the abdomen, and then lower that leg, relax it all the way to the mat as if someone's pulling the toes and elongating the leg away from the hip, all the way down into Shavasana. Take a moment to rest. And then drawing knees in. Squeeze the knees, lengthen spine, roll and massage out, moving the knees one way and the other. So extending both legs up towards the sky. This is kind of like a boat pose, but we're going to maybe catch hold of the toes or the feet. You can bend the knees here or use a strap. So if you can, grab big toes, pushing through the heels. If you were sitting upright, this might be your extended boat pose with your hands to the feet or to the calves rather than out to the sides. We're pulling those feet back towards the head by lengthening the tailbone down. Deep, deep hamstring and back stretch. Go easy. If you need to widen the feet, please do. More challenge pulling the feet together. Try to get the shoulders down. And release the hands. Hands come down by the side of the body. We are going to slowly lower those two legs all the way to the mat. If you need to bend the knees, please do. Try not to take tension into the face or the throat. Pull navel to spine, spine to mat. Keep lowering. We're not quite there yet. And we are all the way down. Take a moment to rest. Arms above the head. Big pentacle posed here. And then soles of the feet come together. Butterfly pose. Hands return to the belly and the chest. Doesn't matter which one. Let the arms soften down by the sides of you. Closing down the lids of the eyes softly if you like, or keeping the eyes open. Now return back to that diaphragmatic breathing. Almost go inside into your torso, picturing and imaging, visualizing your lungs, your diaphragm, and the abdomen. Lungs fill, diaphragm muscle pushes down, belly rises. Exhale, the lungs start to empty, the diaphragm returns, and the belly softens and relaxes down. Keep going with that diaphragmatic breath just for a couple more, slowing the pace down, really focusing on the breath. And then releasing the hands from the body, breathing normally. Take the hands to the thighs, lift the legs together, place the soles of the feet wide. Let the knees drop in towards one another and just rest the hands on the lower navel. Take a moment to think back of your practice today. How did you approach it? How did you react? How did you respond? What did you feel was a challenge? What did you feel was most comfortable? Remember your inner light, your inner fire, your inner strength. Let's prepare for our Shavasana. Final relaxation, heel toe the feet in, draw the knees in, roll and massage out, make yourself warm. As you now come to probably one of your favorite parts of the practice, the end result, the end reward. This qualifies everything that you've done throughout the practice today for yourself. And remember the reading at the beginning. that you have a spirit of fire within you, and it is the light that shines within. And our lights may differ every day, but they never go out. So letting those words sink in as you sink into the mat. Letting go of tightness, tension, gripping, clenching. Breathe it out, let it go. Effortless rest. I'll let you have precious moments of silence and let you know when it's time to come back around. Begin to take a few deeper breaths as you bring your awareness back into your space, onto the mat and back into the body. Wiggling fingers, wiggling toes, rotating wrists, rotating ankles. Taking time to move the body a little bit more by stretching and drawing the knees in as you roll and massage out through the spine, being completely aware of how your body now feels. Taking time to return onto one side and up to seated. Bring the hands into Anjali Mudra, an active mudra here, lifting up the wrists and elbows, thumbs gently pressing into the sternum. As you lift the body tall, crown of the head rises to the sky, sit bones ground you to the earth, this full connection, earth to sky. And everything in between. And always remember your own intention for practice, whatever you needed most today, and how you can take that inner strength, inner light, inner fire out into your daily life, off the yoga mat, and share it with the world. Always thanking yourself for your practice, your breath, your body, and I thank you. Namaste.